I made a glow-in-the-dark cane for a cow-themed catwalk in the desert. Real cows, 2 shipping containers in the middle of the desert with 3,000 people, a 3D printed cow head that glowed through it all, and a sandstorm that nearly ended everything, all for Burning Man in Barcelona. And this is the moment the sandstorm ripped our bar in half, and somehow made the party better. But let's back up, because it all starts with a cane. I 3D printed one of the most interesting props I've ever made for one of the most challenging festivals that I've ever attended. I'm part of this party crew that builds a camp at festivals across the States, London, and even Burning Man in Spain. We're called the MoonCows, and we take partying seriously. More on that in a bit. So when I found out our camp was hosting a cow walk, like a catwalk but for cows, in a remote location 3 hours north of Barcelona, I knew that I wanted a cane as a fashion accessory. I found this foldable cane design, and I liked it because it compacts down and can fit my bag. It just kind of like slides into itself, and it's a real slick print. I also added a threaded insert here so that the tip of this can just thread on to the end here, but the top was kind of boring. Like, it's traditional, but I figured there's a lot more that could be done with this. And since I have a 3D representation of my head from my photogrammetry project, where I've even made my head in ceramic and cast it in aluminum, I thought, well, yeah, this would be the perfect thing to do, put my head on top of the cane. But instead of making it solid, what if I could make it glow? So I picked up the small light with a nice little magnet on the end, and then I put a washer and printed one layer over the top of this, so now it sticks to this. Now I just need to make a hollowed out part for my head to fit over this and have it glow properly. And it was perfect timing because Flashforge just sent me this new printer. It's the Creator 5, it's fast, and the slicer is genuinely easy to use. So I hollowed out the head of the model, first just to get the light to be able to fit in properly, and then I realized that I could bring down the infill even further to let the light show through the walls. In about 2.5 hours, I had a swappable glowing head attachment for the end of my cane. I'm printing this in white PLA and keeping the wall thickness down to 2 layers so that the light can bounce around and hopefully shine through. The infill pattern is really interesting with the triangles, and the glow looks really clean, especially at night. But I didn't stop there. Our camp logo, the MoonCow, is something that I previously CNC'd into a massive piece of wood for an older festival. So naturally, what if it also became a cane attachment? And what if it glowed as well? The problem was I had 3 days before my flight to Europe and not really much time to CAD a model from scratch. This is where I use Rodin. It's a tool where you can drop a 2D image and it generates a 3D model in seconds. I fed it a picture of a moon and it spit out a solid model almost instantaneously. I tried the same trick with a cow and it was the fastest and easiest modeling that I've ever had to do. I'll link all this in the description if you want to try it yourself. Now I had 3 pieces, the threaded cane adapter, the moon, and the cow head, so I combined them in Flashforge's slicer and then got them ready to print all as one object. Now another great part of this Flashforge is multi-material printing. Now if you followed my channel for like the last 9 years, you've seen that I've worked with some really heavy industrial machines. I've printed in metal and clay, powder, but this one is actually fun. I could load 4 colors and the slicer handled all the supports and a prime shield really easily. Now what I didn't account for was infill thickness. The black filament used and blocked all of the light completely, but I'll show you a really cool workaround on how I fixed it. First though was making sure that this print came out after 12 hours and was beautiful. I removed the supports and the light socket looked perfect, except again that filament was too dark. The light didn't shine through, so that black material stopped all light transmission. So I went back to the drawing board and simplified the design instead of complicating it. I made the cow clear and the moon yellow and removed all of the black and the nose and the horns and all of the other slots where the light would come in with different colors, and dropped the infill down as low as I could, and basically it's just a shell now. So it prints out beautifully, all because I used PETG to survive that desert heat, and the natural curves and the shape work really well. I don't need to worry about too much support material. And I figured I'd deal with the cow's spots later. I still needed a hole for the light to go through without damaging the threads, So I protected them with a metal insert and then used a heated tool to carefully open and widen the hole for the shell. It's finicky, but it worked. Next stop, we're going to go to the English countryside where I'm going to link up with an old friend, housemate Hugh, to get some inspiration for cow designs. Okay, here we are. We're walking down the English countryside road, going to go find some cows. Behind the scenes efforts of the MoonCow 3D print experience. Hope that we get some good luck on our side. It's 100 degrees outside. Look at this, we have a cow. Oh my goodness, we have a couple cows. Oh, this is so great. We have some cows. This is perfect. Climb over this. It wants to keep cows in, but it's gonna keep me out. Let's try and not get shocked by this wire. Okay, and we're in. Let's see some cows. Okay, so we have our cow, and we have our cow. We've got the MoonCow up and close, in personal, real MoonCow. So apparently, housemate Hugh says that the cows are all boys, and I'm dressed as a lady. So that may be something for why they are taking an interest in me. But I would say that the design of the MoonCow is actually pretty good. Oh man, we've got the cow coming closer. We've got this. It's actually pretty good. And okay, so he's taking a liking to this one, not this one as much. So I think we'll go with this. We'll black it out a bit around the eyes, because I do like the eyes and the ears doing some of this. So why don't I just design some of that right now? Oh, it even takes a liking to it. It's Pet G, so cow approved. This is so good. But when I turned around, I spotted a cow with the perfect spots. And he must have known, because he seemed to want to show off and maybe even participate in the catwalk in the desert. So I think we'll use his look. Bringing this cow to life. Here we go. We've got this guy right there. It looks pretty good. We'll just do his face with some black spots, black eyes, black ears, color around it, make it look nice and shine through for the festival. All right, I'm getting hot in this cow costume. It's 100 degrees. Let's go home. But another actual functional use for this printer is when I made the scale model of our camp. So there's 2 shipping containers, cars, a tent area, a kitchen, a living room, and a workspace dance floor. But our camp has about 30 people, and having a tactile model makes it so much easier to explain the build to everyone, especially when you're trying to describe the layout and decisions in 100-degree heat in the desert. And the multi-material colors make it real easy to read all of this at a glance. And I'll give you all these files for free if you subscribe. No, let's be honest, you don't need to subscribe, you can just download them anyways. But I would really appreciate it if you shared this with all your friends who are going to festivals or just are enjoying this so far. It really means a lot. And just like the burner community, thanks for being a part of this channel. Now, I won't bore you with every detail of the build, but it always raises the same questions. Why are we out here in triple-degree heat, building an entire home with augers and power tools, only to tear it down a week later? It's like voluntary homelessness, with no sleep, bad food, dust in everything. But comfort was never the point. If you want to party right, you build it yourself. We built our bar, we built a DJ booth shaped loosely around a bull on wheels, and we watched a barren land turn into a light-up, sound-filled world in just a couple days. It's genuinely beautiful. And this year did not disappoint. The art cars shaped like elephants and Trojan horses, plus a derby you could drive around in all night long. So I want to give you guys a quick tour of our camp that we built right before all the damage was going to set in. So as you enter between the 2 horns, you'll arrive at the dance floor. This segues into the chill area, complete with hammocks and even a bunch of pillows made in the shape of udders, as well as a cow bar where everything is free, and we have electrolytes, beers, and even milk. Then the area on the right is for all the tents and the shade structure, and this huge tarp is for the dining area. It took all 16 of us to put this whole canvas up, and I really don't want to relive that memory ever again. On the bottom left, there's a large MoonCow sign that I was making, which you'll see later in the video. And again, we have the tents, and then we head into the kitchen. There was actually a fire warning, so certain days we couldn't cook with gas, but as you can see, we had plenty of food, and this herd was not going hungry. There are 4 refrigerators powered through the entire time, and we have the cleaning station in the back. This is how we lived for over a week. Between all the build chaos, I finally found time to paint the cows' spots, and it came out great. I didn't know it yet, but that calm was not going to last. We had a great chill spot set up, but the next night, the wind started to pick up. It was annoying at first, but then it kept building, and then it shifted direction entirely. That's when our bar roof split in half. The wooden 4x4 tent poles snapped, and it looked like the fun was over before the catwalk had even happened. But once the wind died down, we assessed the damage and just removed the roof completely, which honestly opened up the night sky, and it was pretty beautiful to see all the stars. And the best part, the MoonCow sign was still standing, and the glowing cow head lamp on top of it never went out. The power still works. That night turned out to be one of the best of the entire week. There were 3,000 people dancing until sunrise, and an incredible lineup of DJs everywhere, and the cow cane was a hit. And the best part was, if the dance floor was really crowded, all I had to yell was, "Move!" and people would all part out of the way, if they didn't hear my bell. So if you're heading to any festivals or parties this summer, think about how you can make it pop with a little bit of lights, 3D printing, and a costume. I put all these files for you to print for free of my head or the MoonCow or anything that you want. They're all in the description. And of course, huge thanks to the crew who made this whole story possible, and to Flashforge and Rodin for helping these builds become real. I'm Joe Makes, subscribe for more, and I'll see you on the next one.
I was sitting there bored to death, and in just one breath he said, you gotta get up, you gotta get off, you gotta get down, girl.